Okay, so today we're going to be looking at some more Entitled Parents. It's been a while since I made a video. I know anyone who has subscribed, thank you so much. I'm looking at the old videos I have made. Honestly, I have tried so much and I've gone through so much effort to try and improve the quality of this video and, obviously all the future ones. So I'm hoping these completely thrash the old ones and I hope you enjoy. EntitledMum tries to steal my new MacBook. Backstory. This happened about a week ago, and a friend told me to post it after I told him about this. I had a mid-2018 MacBook Pro, and when the MacBook Pro late 2019 came out, I planned to upgrade with a trade-in device. Story. I go into an Apple store, and begin talking to the store worker about how much trade-in value I can get for my old Mac, and how much the new one will cost. About 15 minutes later, I make a purchase and begin leaving. At the MacBook's table, there's a woman, 40s, and a hellspawn boy, about 13, and she calls out to me and I go to them. She then asks me a few questions about MacBooks, and I answer all of them. The conversation was as follows. "Oh, I saw you buy one a minute ago. What do you use it for?" "Graphic design and programming." "Why did you give the other one to that man?" "Oh, I traded my old one in for a new one and paid about $300. "Can we have the old one?" I don't think so. You have to ask them." "Can we have yours then?" "Sorry, How about you give us your new one, and you go get your old one back? After all, you own it." "I'm really sorry, I have to go." Entitled woman then proceeds to grab the bag that the laptop was in, and Entitled kid starts to yell, "Thief!" over and over again. I yank the bag away, and the MacBook slips out of the bag and lands hard on the ground. Wow. Just wow, I stole it? Yes, you did. "Ma'am, he didn't steal anything from you. He brought this a few minutes ago." I began taking the MacBook out of the box while they were talking to the store worker, only to find out that the screen is badly damaged. Entitled woman and entitled kid start walking out of the store. Store worker walks over to me and says, "We can replace that." I accept the offer, and a few seconds later, while I was waiting for store worker to come back with a replacement, mall security comes to ask me if I want to file a report, to which I decline to. I really hope that people like this get what they deserve. Edit, I'm filing a report tomorrow. Thanks to everyone in the comments that recommended I file a report. I'll make an update post on the subreddit if anything interesting happens. I mean, obviously he should have filed a report. I'm glad that people convinced him to do that. There's no reason to not to. They deserve it. They did destroy the MacBook screen and they probably didn't have to pay for it or anything. So I'm glad he filed a report. It's nice. It's good that people are doing the right thing. Not the entitled parents anyway, but the dude that filed the report. Entitled neighbor/parent breaks into my house. Okay, so here's a bit of background. I used to live in this nice neighborhood, very expensive houses kind of neighborhood. And there was this one neighbor, next door neighbor, and she was the nicest person on earth. She let me come feed her cat when she was out of the house, and when she got back from her trips, she gave me cookies. Yum. But when she moved out, that's when hell broke loose. The neighbor that moved into that house was the worst Karen in history. Here's what she did. A lot more happened, but this was the main stuff she did. She complained about our cars being parked in our driveway and somehow managed to get them all towed. My family were planting some watermelons, and when they were ripe, she decided to pull them out. The watermelons were in our fenced backyard, and we pressed charges for trespassing, but they were dropped. She had complained about paint on her driveway. Now, my brother did have a paintball gun, but he lived in New Hampshire at the time. For reference, I live in North Carolina. And she said that my brother had come all the way down from New Hampshire just to use his paintball gun on her driveway. And the police were called. And they called some other cops in New Hampshire to go and arrest my brother for something I don't even remember what. I remember how it ended, but you get the point. Oh yeah, and the paint was just rust. On one particular trash day, she parked her golf cart in front of her trash cans. I don't know why, if the trash cans had wheels, and she refused to move the golf cart off our property until we moved. Surprise, surprise, she got fined. Okay, last one for this story. So, as an 8-year-old at the time, I was afraid of the dark, so I kept my light on at night. Coincidentally, my bedroom window was right in front of her bedroom window, and she complained that it kept her up at night, and I did nothing. So, one night, she decided enough was enough, and she broke into my house. I wouldn't have noticed, but my bedroom was on the second floor, and the steps were creaky. So I woke up to a lady in my room turning off my lights. Naturally, I screamed and that woke up my parents. And my dad was always protective of his family, so he took out his shotgun and kept threatening to shoot the lady if she tried to escape before the cops got here. Long story short, she was arrested and kicked out the neighborhood. I mean, yeah, I would hope so. She deserves it. She broke into his house to turn off the lights, and not to help them save electricity, which would have been the nicer thing. EntitledMum tries to follow me and my sister home for swearing. This happened 4 years ago, and when me and my younger sister were walking home. So, a bit of backstory. When this happened, I was 11 and my sister was 10. We lived a 10-15 minute walk to and from school every day. However, from time to time, we would take an alternative route that added a few extra minutes to the walk. Well, on this particular day, we took an alternative route for reasons I don't remember. So, while we were walking, we started arguing about something siblings usually do. Now, me being 11, I already knew a bunch of swear words, so I was itching for a chance to use them. When my sister started to get the high ground in the argument and said something that pissed me off, I said fuck off. All of a sudden, I heard a woman yelling at me from a lawn next to a house we were walking by. Apparently I was loud. This is the conversation that followed. Hey, what did you just say? What? What did you say? Now's a good time to mention I had mild hearing loss. What did I say? Don't act dumb. You said a bad word. Yeah, and? That's the devil's word. What if my sweet perfect angel hears it? It's not really a big deal. He said it on accident. Shut up, I wasn't talking to you. By this time, we both were confused as to why she was yelling at us about something so trivial. She keeps going on about how we shouldn't talk like that. 2 minutes into her speech, I cut her off. We're going to be late. Leave us alone. We start walking away. She starts on about how kids shouldn't cut off adults and listen and blah blah blah. A few minutes later, my sister looks back and she sees her following us. That crazy lady is following us. I look back, and sure enough, she is trying to follow us and doing a bad job of hiding herself behind a tree. Hey, don't follow us, that's creepy. I'm going to find out where you two live and talk to your parents. We freaked out because we didn't want to get in trouble over saying fuck off. So we start walking while she's still tailing us, and we get to the end of the street. Now this time, instead of going right, I went left. Where are you going? We have to lose her or we'll get in trouble. Oh, yeah. We headed towards a busy street and went right at the intersection. We walked for a few more minutes, and looking back, she was still following us. So I hatched a plan that in my 11-year-old's mind was brilliant. Hey, at the end of the road, let's just run as fast as we can. I can't keep up with you, but okay. We neared a familiar road, and as we neared it, I started booking it. I don't think I've ran as far as I did in my life before that. When we stopped to catch our breath and look back, she was gone. We might have lost her, or she just gave up. After that, we went home. It turned out we had spent 30 minutes trying to avoid that lady, so we got home pretty late. Our mum came to us and asked us why we were home so late and breathing hard. We didn't think of an excuse, so I said we left late. She brought it, and that was that. We didn't use that route for many months after that. When we walked through there again many months later, nothing happened and I never saw that lady again. That's so weird. Why would you just start randomly following someone else's kid? Like, oh my god. I get it, kids shouldn't swear, but that doesn't mean, one, you need to follow at home, and two, you need to tell their parents. I mean, you know, if their kids are screaming and shouting swear words, I'm sure you could tell their parents, but I'm definitely sure you shouldn't follow them home just to do that. Either way, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please like and subscribe. It'll mean a lot to me. I'm hoping the quality is so much better now. I've put so much more effort into it. And yeah, like I said, if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one.